So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit late to the party on this, but we're going to talk about the issue in Kentucky. Now, when I first read the story, like many people, I thought it was from California, but it's not. It's from Kentucky. We have a story about a transgender who was working in a daycare, so already off to a great start. This person decided that they were going to speak inappropriately and start physically molesting a child while they were changing their diaper. Now, let me just tell you my position on what this person did and pedophiles in general, okay? I'm more traditional Old West style. I think that you should round that person up. You should grab a nice length of rope and find the tallest tree and let them swing until their legs stop kicking. However, I understand that my view is a bit outdated. That in the modern age, you have to compromise. So I'm willing to compromise, okay? We won't execute pedophiles for being pedophiles, although I think we should. How about we incarcerate them for an extended period of time? Okay? We send them to jail for many, many years, and we set an example that this is a wrong course of action. Okay? I think that's pretty reasonable. I think that's pretty fair to all parties involved. Because I tell you what's going to happen. If you have prosecutors and district attorneys that are allowing crimes like this to go unpunished, allowing 6-month probation terms, not seeing the inside of a prison cell, here's what's going to happen. We are going to go to the Old West. Eventually, we're going to get back to that point, believe it or not, where you have people who say this isn't justice. This person is not facing the ramification of what they did, as evil as what they did, and we're going to take matters into our own hands. The whole point of the legal system in America and around the world is to remove the need of blood feuds, where one person committed an atrocity or committed a wrong on another family, so that family had to get vengeance. The government steps in and says, we'll deal with it. This person should spend the next 20 years in jail minimum. Minimum. But even in a state like Kentucky that you think would be more red, would be more Republican, would be more reasonable, out of fear for political correctness and making this a national story and whatever else, they decided to give this person who molested a toddler a slap on the wrist. And when I say a slap on the wrist, the only thing this person has to do for 6 months to not even be on the sexual registry is not go near that particular daycare and not go near, I think it's schools. So don't go near a bunch of kids. If you can do that for 6 months, you're clear. Even though this person sexually touched a kid, talked inappropriately to them, and if you're willing to do that, guaranteed you're willing to do it again, especially if there's no consequence. The consequence must be severe, not only for the restitution of the family that have this done to them, but as a message to society that we stand against this. But apparently in Kentucky, you can diddle kids perfectly fine. Makes me wonder, what are the proclivities of the judge and the prosecutor? That they would think that this is an appropriate reaction. That this person that diddled a kid, an infant, a helpless person that needs the protection that the law would only be able to provide, they're going to give this person no jail time, go from $100,000 bond to $5,000 bond, no jail time. I mean, what on earth does this guy have on this judge and this prosecutor? How on earth could you possibly justify this to the victim? The mother, the father? How is that justice? The truth is that it's not. The only thing that you've managed to do here is cement the left's pedophilic tendencies. And the left does have pedophilic tendencies. They believe in sexualizing kids. They have ever since I was younger. They believe that you should introduce little kids to sexuality. That's what they believe. That there's no other way that you could possibly handle a situation. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing that we live in a time where you can do this. By the way, the irony of this person's name, Maria Childers, I mean, it's stunning. So I'm trying to look up the name of the judge because I think it's important to, in these situations, to highlight who we're talking about here. Because I think sunlight is the best disinfectant. I think finding out who the judge is, finding out the details of this may help more people to call this stuff out, to be able to maybe get in touch with some of the prosecutors, or get in touch with somebody and say, what are you doing? I hope that people are calling and giving them a hard time for this and voicing their frustration and protesting. Oh, God. I can't even read some of the stuff this person said. 1 month after being booked in jail, Childers retained trans activist lawyer Madison Leach, oh, what a perfect name, to represent him. Leach, a transgender woman, argued that Childers' bond be reduced because he had no access to estrogen while in solitary confinement. The court approved Leach's movement, and Childers' bond was lowered from $100,000 to $5,000. Surety. Okay, so it's not a bond, it's surety. Childers was released in January 2024 and struck a deal with the prosecutor on January 24th. In exchange for a guilty plea, Childers' sentence was dropped to a Class A misdemeanor sexual misconduct, and all other abuse charges were dropped. Judge Joseph Rourke, this is apparently this guy's name. Judge Joseph Rourke charged Childers with a 12-month penalty, withholding punishment with a 6-month discharge. So, like I said, if they are good for 6 months, they get discharged. If Childers abides by the condition over a 6-month period, he will serve no prison time. And that's it. That's it. So apparently the court approved Leach's movement because he had no estrogen while in solitary confinement. Oh, wow. It's pretty sick. This is the world we live in now. It's clown world. Where we now have activists that are defending pedophiles in the name of trans rights. Oh, they don't have estrogen. Oh, what is there even more to say on a topic like that? Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to bring you the truth because the media never will. This is clown world. This is ridiculous. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. These people on the left, they are evil. They promote and perpetuate evil. The fact that this person, like everyone deserves a defense, but the whole point of like everyone deserves a defense is you defend that person, but the judge, who ultimately is the arbiter, should be in a position to say, well, this is ridiculous. Obviously, this person has sexually touched a kid. You're going to prison for a very long time. Why on earth would they not do that? Why on earth would they not sentence this person? And the argument that they don't have estrogen? What? I mean, holy criminy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you watching, even if it's a topic like this, and I'll see you next time.